Today's videos are brought to you by Ranjan Motors, located at 139 Dutugamana Street, Coahuila, Colombo. Come check them out if you're interested in getting a new or used ride. How's it going, my car dudes? Liam here from the Car Dudes channel, and today I am proud to present to you all a review of this 2019 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado TX. So as always, I'm going to give you guys a full and in-depth review of the Prado. I'll show you guys the interior and the exterior of this amazing SUV. So as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Starting off with the trunk, you can pop the glass. So if you're loading in smaller items and you don't really mind how they land, you can just sort of chuck them in. But if you're putting in the family's luggage, you can open the full door. As you can see, absolute cavernous amount of room. We have a power outlet over here. And we do have the third row seat that is power. Now obviously, as you'd expect with the third row seat up, the cargo space is dramatically worsened. So if you are going to travel anywhere, pack light. That's my advice to you. We do have the headrests, as you can see. Opening this up, we have a little bit of storage, so you can keep, battery packs and maybe small recovery shackles. And then this is where all your jack tools are. I'm going to keep those seats up because so that for your amusement, I'll try and fit into the back of a Toyota Prado. Now these seats obviously are made for children, but for people who you don't really like, you can put them back there. So in cars that are right-hand drive, the only way to get into the third row is through the left side, and vice versa. So if it's left-hand drive, you can only get in on the right side because it's the pavement side. Logical, right? So basically how it is, it's not a fold and tumble, it's a fold and slide. So you pull this, just folds forward and slides. Very easy to use. And I believe this kind of design was designed so that you can have a child seat in the back seat to get into the third row, whereas with a fold and tumble, you'd obviously have to take it out. So getting in here, why do I do this to myself? I don't know why. Obviously here, it's not so bad, but let's go to where the seats are in place, and there's a cup holder, so there's that. Headroom, it's okay. I'm 6'2", 6'3" thereabouts, so I have this much headroom. Shoulderroom's alright, actually, come to think of it. But knee room obviously is absolutely atrocious. These seats do slide, so you can trade middle row leg space for third row leg space. But yeah, just don't put. You can put your mother-in-law back here, that's fine. But don't put adults or people you value, because they won't want to be your friend afterwards. Yeah. Also, you can adjust the third row seats from here. You can see that in motion right now. Pushing this seat back to get into the second row. So it is a high step in height, but we do have side steps, which is pretty useful. Now getting into the back seat, the Prado is a very spacious family cruiser. This seat is put all the way back. My knee room's alright. The seats are scalped somewhat, so you can put your knees a little further back. My shins are touching the seat bottom, but I can tuck my feet underneath the seat, so it's not so bad. Headroom, this one does have a sunroof, so that does eat into headspace just a little bit, but it's still really not that bad at all, considering I'm 6'2", 6'3", got that much headroom. Shoulder room also isn't too bad either. We do have a center armrest back here with cup holders, and we also have a 12-volt power outlet and our rear AC vents. Also, we have seat back pockets. Definitely not a bad back seat. There's storage in the door with 2 cup holders. Here's the key fob for the new Prado. Lock, unlock, and our glass popper. This does have Toyota Smart Key access system. So right now the car is unlocked. To lock it, just make sure you have the key fob on you and touch the ribbed pattern on any of the 4 door handles. Excuse me, just the driver or passenger door handle, and the car will lock. And to unlock it, just grab the back of the door handle and the car will unlock. The exterior color is known as Blizzard Pearl and has a full beige leather perforated interior. Along with Toyota Smart Key Access, the Prado does have push button start, so just make sure you have the key fob in the vehicle, put your foot on the brake and press the start button to start. Very nice. Give her a short rev. Not a bad sounding engine. Has a 4-spoke hydraulically assisted leather and wood wrap steering wheel. I said in a previous review that this is electric power steering. I stand corrected, this is actually hydraulically assisted. Fairly smooth. Has a 6-speed automatic transmission with sport mode and Tiptronic shifting. We have a backup camera with guidance lines. You have a 360-degree camera over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn on the automatic headlamps, the front and rear fog lights, as well as the automatic high beams. We'll pop the hood, the hazards, typical Toyota style, all 4 windows are fully automatic. And we'll go ahead and check out the exterior. This Prado has a 2.7 liter 4-cylinder producing 163 brake horsepower and 181 foot-pounds of torque, has a 0 to 100 time of 12 seconds and a top speed of 170 kilometers per hour. The Toyota Prado is one of the last standing proper off-roaders. With the body-on-frame construction, it is very capable, and having owned one for 5.5 years, you'll find plenty of videos on my channel proving my point. It's one of the last of a dying category of vehicle. Really, its only real direct competitor right now is the Mitsubishi Pajero. The Ford Everest more so competes with the Toyota Fortuner, but is a worthy contender. Mitsubishi having killed off the Pajero in several markets, it's only a matter of time till the Prado is left to roam the dirt alone, driving a lonely road, having no companions to enjoy the outdoors with. Okay, that got a bit sad. But despite its off-road heritage, my family used our Prado in the same way most Prado owners would, as the trusted family hauler. It wasn't particularly luxurious, or fast, or even worth buying over more luxurious SUVs, but it always took my family wherever we wanted to go, be it Yala, Trinco, or Nurelia. It got us there and back safely and never ever broke down. And that's a huge selling point for Prados, their reliability, which in turn leads to outstanding resale value. The looks of the Prado are rather unique. It's this big tall Tonka toy with its massive grille, high-mounted taillights, and menacing eyelashes in the form of DRLs. That being said, the Prado doesn't have any of the stereotypical posh mom looks most SUVs nowadays have. It's more likely to be seen on country roads, fully loaded, taking a family on a camping trip, rather than in the parking lot of a Starbucks. Coming to the interior, power windows, locks and mirrors. It's a full power driver's seat. Down here we have your accelerator and brake, your fuel cap release, hood release. This is for your panel dim, your ambient lighting, which comes on underneath the door, as you can sort of see, the underglow. This is for your headlight washes. This is to turn on and off your automatic high beams, as you can see. Power mirror controls. Of course, being a Toyota, very solid sounding door close. So coming to the interior of the Prado, Toyota refreshed this interior in 2017. So it facelifted the dashboard, the gauge clusters, very, very minor changes, but it definitely does uplift the cabin and does bring it bang on up to date compared to its rivals, which there are very few of. So over here is all the AC controls. It is dual zone climate control for the driver and passenger, your fan speed, your temperature, and your different zones. Front and rear defrost, one touch AC, off auto, and your hazard warning lights. Your famous Toyota clock, it is not a real Toyota unless it doesn't have this old school horrible 1980s style digital clock. That's actually how you can tell that the new Supra is actually not from Toyota, because it does not have this clock. If it doesn't have the clock, that just shows that it's from BMW. It's not a Toyota. Toyota tips with Liam Motor. Check in for more later. So yeah, that's all the AC controls. Pretty simple, very minimalistic, and just pretty easy to use. Coming to the stereo system of the Prado, this I believe is a JBL system, which absolutely rocks. It's amazing. It has about 17 speakers, if I'm not mistaken. Camera doesn't do justice. Take a listen for yourself. Definitely sounds good. So coming to the infotainment system, this is all in Japanese, so I'm not going to show too much of it. I do roughly know my way around it. This is not Entune. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is called Toyota Touch 2. If I'm not mistaken, so please correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe it's called Toyota Touch 2. It is a bit laggy, as you can see, because it says that I'm playing Zootopia music with the cover background of Glee music when I'm actually playing music by Cartoon and Daniel Levy, so it is a bit laggy, as you can see, but you know, you can sort of work your way around it. So up here we have your different sources: AM, FM, disc, SD card, USB, USB 2, Bluetooth audio, auxiliary, and TV. TV, seek up, seek down, and we have all sorts of other settings on here. So here we have your telephone settings. As far as touch response goes, it's actually not too bad. As you can see, it's not so laggy to the point where it's just plain terrible. But Toyota could definitely update the system, hopefully implement Apple CarPlay, Android Auto into the Prado sometime soon. Coming further down, we have a big storage bin that can fit a lot of stuff. Bag of chips on a long road trip. Down here we have your four-wheel drive settings. So right now this is called second start, so it'll basically make the vehicle start in second gear. We rock it in 4 high all the time. You twist it once and it'll lock the center differential. Push and twist again, it'll put it in 4 low. And then we have our traction control button over there. We do have cup holders. You can remove them. Coming down here, we have heated and cooled seats, which is very nice on a day like today where it is 4 quadrillion degrees outside. Power outlet, USB port and auxiliary port, and a little bit of storage. Opening this up, it's a double-decker storage bin, so we have A little bit of storage. Once you open it up again, there's loads, and there's a little knob down there, as you can see, so you can sort of have some of the AC blow its cold air in here, so you can cool off your drinks and whatnot. It's not necessarily a cool box, but it does cool the drinks down ever so slightly. As far as comfort-wise goes, well, it's a Prado. Pretty much everyone knows what it's like to be in a Prado, unless you're in the States. Then you might know what a Lexus GX is like. So the seats are super comfy, very, very comfortable, very supportive. Just bolster you in very nicely, very comfortable. Great quality leather that Toyota uses. My family had a Prado for 5.5 years, took many road trips in it. One thing I will say, you will feel like some sort of lower back pain after driving for a while. If your Prado does have heated seats, put those on, because that will rectify the problem. But it's just one of those things. The driving position is nice and high, being a Prado, so you do feel very, very, you do feel somewhat like the king of the world, because you're super high up, and you feel like nothing can come in your way unless you see one of those with air suspension jacked all the way up. Then yeah, you're a peasant compared to them, sorry. But yeah, the comfort is very, very good. The quality of the interior is also very good. It's typical Toyota. Everything is just built to last. So the steering wheel, the wood, this bamboo style wood feels very, very premium, very nice. Steering wheel is leather wrapped. This is straight out of the Land Cruiser 200 series. The dashboard is super soft to the touch. All the plastics, the ergonomics of the Prado, they're not so bad. Obviously, you know, there are some teensy, scratchy plastics as you go further down. As you can see, this is, you know, look at that wobble, but it's not to the point where it feels like it's gonna break, because obviously being a Toyota, it's not gonna break. It's just very, very durable in here. You can sort of throw bowling balls into this dashboard and it will still come out unscathed, albeit the screen will be a bit messed up, but other than that, everything else will survive, no problem. Now coming to the gauges, Toyota did add a color display for the 2013 model year refresh. They sort of updated that system to have more, you can have more configurability for the 2017 update. So we just have this sort of fuel economy statistics, your vehicle range, that sort of stuff, digital speedo, rest recommendation, you know, typical Japanese looking style thing. Then we have this, which is really helpful off-road, so it shows you your steering angle. So it'll show you like where which way your wheels are pointing, which is really nice. Navigation, this one is from Japan, so it does not have navigation added. We have the, it'll show your source, and if you push enter, you can actually change the source. So if you want Bluetooth audio, TV, AM, FM, so on and so forth. This is for your lane keep assist and your cruise control. Settings, so you can turn your lane departure alert. Basically in the mirror, there'll be a little thing that'll tell you when to stop. Excuse me, that's blind spot monitoring. Lane departure alert will basically keep the car, it'll stop you from wandering out into your lane. Coming up here, we do have a mirror so that you can keep track of the kids, make sure they're not misbehaving on those long, horrible road trips. You know how much parents love those. Also, it's great to make sure that your friends have their seatbelt on. That's one thing I actually miss about our Prado. The Raptor doesn't have this, so I can't keep track whether my friends have their seatbelts on or not. And then we do have a sunglass container which can hold up to 200 grams. Right here we have SOS, our dome lights, and a full power sunroof. It's not panoramic, it is one of those old style small sunroofs, but I guess it's the thought that counts. One touch automatic, as you can see. And people complain how like, oh, it's not an automatic cover, you have to put this in manually. It's really not that big of a deal. If you can't be bothered to close up sunroof sunshade, then you are incredibly lazy, and there's no way you could have afforded a car like this then if you can't pull that shut. Like, that just doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's basically the interior of the car. Alrighty. That's about it for this one. Turn her off. Well guys, thank you all so much for watching my review on this 2019 Toyota Prado TRJ 150. As always, let me know what you guys think of the review and leave some suggestions of cars I should review in the comment section below. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Drive safely till then.